Today on Unauthorized Personnel, we're exploring the abandoned Century 3 Mall in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. In the early 1970s, the site was owned by U.S. Steel and used as a slag dumping site. In 1976, the property was purchased by the Edward J. DiBartolo Corporation, and plans were put in place for one of the largest upscale indoor shopping malls in the world. The mall was built and saw its grand opening in 1979. At the time of the grand opening, Century 3 Mall was the third largest shopping mall in the world. It took its name from the 1976 United States bicentennial. The first phase of opening included 2 anchor stores, Kaufmann's and JCPenney. The second phase included 3 more anchor stores, namely Gimbel's, Montgomery Ward, and Sears. The anchor stores went through multiple changes over the years. In the final years, the anchor stores consisted of Macy's, JCPenney, Sears, and Dick's Sporting Goods. Throughout the 1980s, the mall boasted over 200 stores and attractions. The development of the waterfront in Pittsburgh's Homestead area in the 90s ushered in new problems for the mall. This new lifestyle center drew many shoppers away from Century 3. In addition, about 5 miles to the west is the South Hills Village Mall, which had just undergone a major renovation. It was the perfect 1-2 punch that set the decline of Century 3 Mall into motion. The first domino fell when the anchor store Lazarus closed in 1999. By 2009, the mall was listed by U.S. News & World Report as being one of America's most endangered malls. In 2013, the mall was purchased by Las Vegas company Moonbeam Capital Investments. By 2015, the mall had become 60% vacant. In 2019, the building was declared unsafe and uninhabitable by the Township of West Mifflin for multiple code violations, including a non-working sprinkler system and no heat. The mall closed in 2019, with JCPenney still operating their location until October of 2020. Come along with us as we explore this sprawling, derelict mall. This was the closed-off portion. They closed off this portion of the mall way before the mall was closed. The Omni International Hotel. Doesn't look like a hotel to me. Walden books. My God. scrappers attacked that store. My God. Ever want to know what a shopping mall looks like after the apocalypse?
Yeah. That was a choice.
Was it? Kind of looks like it with the displays. That was what?
Old Navy.
Old Navy? Oh yeah, it looks like an Old Navy. Yeah. Yeah, that's weird.
Remember they used to have concerts at the mall.
Yeah. The elevator controls? Oh, wow. The lights for the elevator are still on. This is crazy. That's water. See the lights flickering? I think the last time I was here was probably somewhere around 2012, 2013. Wow. I wonder what this was.
Looks like it was like an antique. She liked to paint on the walls.
It's almost like they tried to make it look kind of all Tuscan villa. Yeah, that's kind of creepy. Yeah, that's just creepy.
Looks like they have like a flooding problem.
It was off by one of the entrances.
Yeah. Wow. Crazy.
Oh yeah. Wow, that's some serious mold. Yeah. definitely a structure. Yep, used to work for structure back in the day. Hawking clothing. I wonder what this was. It's all painted up Brady Bunch colors here. What? Yeah, it was a department store. Yeah.
Just get this from that corner.
Right. We're actually doing yet another thing that you weren't supposed to do at the mall. Film.
Yeah.
No.
Camera phone scan, no control.
Right. That was a Claire's boutique. Hot Topic, maybe? I'm gonna say this was probably Hot Topic. Possibly. I don't know. I wonder what this was. Whatever it was, it's flooded bad. Wow. Holy. This is mega flooded.
Off, done, off, done. Oh, they disconnected the electricity.
Oh.
Yep. Lifespan had their own headquarters here, senior citizens.
Oh. Major liminal space vibe going on in here. Oh, this was Dick's Sporting Goods, I think. Yep, that's exactly what this was. These ceiling things are so cool. Yeah. So that was a comic store. Fashion culture. Imagine that. That was the one where I used to work. That was a Bath and Body Works. Definitely. And I bet it still smells like one in here too. It still does vaguely smell. Oh yeah. Oh yeah, you can tell this was Bath and Body Works. Wow. Still smells like soap and perfume in there. I'm not sure what that smell is that they use, but it seems to last forever. K. Littman. Yeah, see, somebody's smashed up all the displays. That's what's sad, it's like the amount of vandalism.
Oh, batteries.
Batteries. Watch batteries. Yep. Sassy's Nail Salon. Aha. The food court. Ooh.
Good for them.
Oh. Wait, no, that's spray paint. Somebody,
This here.
that's blood. Yeah, that's a little disturbing that there's blood dripping all over the floor.
Oh, this might be really leaking over here.
Yeah.
You know, all the seats are gone. Wow. I found the sign.
What's that?
It says the food court. You're good. So bizarre. I wonder how many people met here and got married. Oh, I like that skull. That's like, that was like the extended dating area there. People would sit there all day. There's the third floor. I know, right?
I think this was like a Charlie's Steakery. Pretty sure.
I think this was that pizza place. I don't even want to touch that.
This was an Asian. This was a Chinese place. I'm guessing. Yeah, vegetable fried rice egg roll.
Food was ass.
Oh, this was a Sbarro. This was a Sbarro.
I'm sorry, but I had to get that because I hated them too.
Sbarro, yeah, they weren't my favorite either. Yeah, this was totally Sbarro. Oh wait, no, this is, what is it? Something Village Pizza? That's possible. Yeah, I just can't make out that first. Italian Village Pizza? Yeah, Italian Village Pizza. What's that? Oh yeah, they're metal. Yeah, they're fine. I'm waiting for it. Project Prom. You need a prom gown, Bill? You already picked yours out? You are fabulous. Why, thank you. Yes, we are.
It's Project Prom, but there's
It looks like it was a Foot Locker.
yeah, I think it was
This had to have been a Foot Locker.
refurbished.
Yep. Yeah, because, like, look at all the... This was a Foot Locker. It was a small one. No, through the broken glass.
Yeah.
And naturally, anti-Semitic graffiti, which I am not getting on camera.
You should chop it up.
Yeah.
I like that face.
It's kind of menacing face. Poor teddy bear. At the end of the day, we were both able to sit back and reflect on the experience of exploring this massive shopping mall. Given that this mall was a place that both of us had experienced multiple times while the place was open, it was surreal to be walking through this place in its current state. The vibe of this place was slightly unsettling, knowing that we were the only two people in a place that was once a favorite destination for hundreds of thousands of people throughout the years. It was sad to see the vandalism that's ravaged the place, but we will no doubt continue carrying our good memories of this place onward. We hope that you enjoyed your time with us today, and we look forward to seeing you again on the next episode of Unauthorized Personnel.